I tested 5 coffee makers from brands that market themselves as luxury before they ever mention what the machine actually brews, and the uncomfortable finding isn't that luxury brands make bad machines. It's that the luxury label and the actual test results split apart more often than you'd expect. A luxury logo doesn't buy you a better cup. Testing does that. Here's why this keeps working on smart buyers. Luxury coffee brands lean on language like Italian craftsmanship, hand-finished components, museum-grade design, and heritage engineering, and none of that language is measurable in a cup of coffee. A machine can be designed in Milan and assembled on the same production line as a machine that costs half as much. A brand can charge for a copper-plated shell while the boiler underneath is the same commodity part used in a machine 3 tiers down in its own lineup. Buyers see the price and the design language and assume the extraction, temperature control, and durability scale up with it. That assumption is what actually got tested here. Machine 1 is the Miele CM6360, priced at $2,299. The spec sheet promises a one-touch-for-two brewing system, a ceramic disc grinder rated for silent, ultra-precise grinding, and a claimed 15-bar pump for what Miele calls barista-level espresso at the touch of a button. I ran 20 back-to-back double espresso cycles, weighing dose and yield on a scale, and logging brew temperature with a probe thermometer inserted at the group head. Temperature held between 198 and 203 degrees Fahrenheit across all 20 shots, and dose consistency from the ceramic grinder varied by only 0.3 grams shot to shot, which is excellent and matches commercial-grade consistency. But then the real test began on serviceability. When I simulated a common failure, a clogged brew unit, the machine required a full 7-step manual disassembly per the included guide, and an independent repair estimate for that exact job came back at $340 in labor because the brew unit is not a user-swappable part. Verdict: excellent extraction locked inside one of the most expensive machines in the group to actually keep running. Machine 2 is the Smeg BCC02, priced at $1,299. The claim is retro Italian design, paired with what Smeg calls a professional 15-bar pump and a thermoblock heating system for fast, consistent temperature. I ran 15 milk steaming cycles and 15 espresso pulls under identical conditions to the other machines. Steam wand output reached 150 degrees Fahrenheit in an average of 61 seconds, slower than 3 other machines in this test, and espresso extraction time ranged from 21 to 33 seconds shot to shot, with no other variable changed, a wider spread than the 25 to 30 second target range professionals aim for. The spec sheet says professional 15-bar pump. The stopwatch said inconsistent. Verdict: you're paying over $1,000 largely for the retro shell, not for shot-to-shot repeatability. Machine 3 is the Wolf Gourmet WGCM100S, priced at $699. Wolf markets this as a precision drip system built on commercial-grade knowledge from its parent company's professional oven division, with a claimed brew temperature window matched to Specialty Coffee Association standards. I ran 10 full 10-cup brew cycles with a calibrated thermometer at the shower head. Brew temperature held between 197 and 204 degrees Fahrenheit in 9 of the 10 cycles, which does match SCA-certified brewing standards, and total brew time for a full carafe averaged 5 minutes 40 seconds. This is where the luxury pricing actually holds up against the test. The one weak point was noise. The pump-driven brew cycle measured 61 decibels at 12 inches, louder than a comparable non-luxury drip machine's 45 decibels doing the same job. Verdict: the performance claims check out here. The noise claim on the box does not. Machine 4 is the La Marzocco Linea Mini, priced at $4,200, marketed as a home version of La Marzocco's commercial cafe equipment with acclaimed PID temperature control accurate to plus or minus 1 degree Fahrenheit, and dual boilers for simultaneous brewing and steaming. I logged brew and steam boiler temperatures across 20 simultaneous brew and steam cycles. Brew boiler temperature held within 1.2 degrees Fahrenheit of target across all 20 cycles, essentially matching the claimed precision, and simultaneous steaming never dropped brew temperature by more than 0.8 degrees, confirming the dual boiler claim under real load. Here's where the cost breakdown gets uncomfortable, rather than the performance. At $4,200 plus an additional $300 for a dedicated grinder most owners pair with it, and a 5-year cost of ownership including 2 professional disc scales at $150 each, this machine's effective cost per double shot over 5 years at 2 shots a day works out to $0.62 per shot, compared to $0.14 per shot on the Wolf Gourmet drip system over the same period, though it should be said the Linea Mini is producing espresso, not drip coffee, so the comparison is apples to a different fruit entirely. Verdict: the engineering claims are real, but the price is calibrated for cafe-level daily volume, not a household making 2 shots a morning. Machine 5 is the Breville Oracle Touch, priced at $2,499.95, promising full automation including auto grinding, auto dosing, auto tamping, and auto steaming, all controlled through a touchscreen for what Breville calls barista-quality espresso without the barista skill requirement. I ran 15 fully automated cycles from bean to finished cappuccino, timing each one and weighing the dose and tamp pressure electronically logged by the machine itself. Average cycle time was 92 seconds from touchscreen tap to finished cappuccino. Dose weight varied by just 0.2 grams across all 15 cycles, and tamp pressure held consistently at the machine's target of 30 pounds of force every time, essentially eliminating the 2 biggest sources of human error in espresso making. But then maintenance testing revealed the trade-off, with over 12 motorized components handling grinding, dosing, tamping, and steaming. An independent repair technician quote for replacing a failed auto-tamper motor came back at $280 in parts and labor. A repair that doesn't exist on simpler machines because they don't have that part at all. Verdict: the most consistent shot in this test, and also the machine with the most that can eventually go wrong. Before naming a winner, 4 criteria decided the ranking. Actual brew and extraction performance measured temperature stability and shot-to-shot consistency under repeated identical conditions. Durability and repair exposure measured how many failure-prone components each machine carries and what real repair costs looked like when something breaks. Cost per use over 5 years measured total ownership cost including consumables and service, divided by cups or shots produced. Ease of maintenance measured how many steps and how much specialized service each machine required to stay at its tested baseline. The winner is the Wolf Gourmet WGCM100S at $699. On brew performance, it hit SCA certified temperature range in 9 of 10 cycles, competitive with machines costing 3 to 6 times more. On durability, it uses a simple pump-driven drip architecture with far fewer motorized failure points than the Oracle Touch's 12-plus components, or the Miele's non-swappable brew unit. On cost per use, it produced coffee at a fraction of the Linea Mini's per-shot cost while still meeting professional temperature standards. On maintenance, it requires no proprietary service calls, just routine descaling. A luxury logo doesn't buy you a better cup. Testing does that. And here the machine with the least luxury branding on the box delivered the most consistent, most serviceable result relative to what it costs. An appliance repair technician who specializes in high-end kitchen electronics summarized it this way when I described these 5 results. The machines that stack the most automated, motorized features, like auto-tamping and dual boiler PID systems, deliver genuinely better consistency while they're working, but every added motor and sensor is another documented failure point in his service logs, and the simplest architecture in a test group is almost always the one his shop sees least often for repairs. That independent pattern matches exactly what the repair cost estimates and the cost per use math showed here. Here's how to actually spend your money. Buy the Miele CM6360 if extraction precision matters more to you than repair costs, and you're prepared for a $340 service bill down the road. Skip it. If you want a machine, you can service yourself. Buy the Smeg BCC02 if retro kitchen design is genuinely part of what you're paying for. Skip it if shot-to-shot consistency is your priority, since the stopwatch showed real variance there. Buy the Gourmet WGCM100S if you want SCA-certified brew temperature at the lowest price and lowest long-term repair exposure in this group. Skip it if you specifically need espresso, since this is a drip system. Buy the Marzocco Linea Mini if you're making espresso multiple times a day and want commercial-grade dual-boiler precision at home. Skip it if your daily habit is 1 or 2 cups, since the cost per use only makes sense at high volume. Buy the Breville Oracle Touch if fully automated, zero-skill consistency is worth the added repair risk to you. Skip it if you'd rather have fewer motorized parts that can fail. A luxury logo doesn't buy you a better cup. Testing does that. A $699 drip machine matched the certified brew temperature of a machine 6 times its price, and a $4,200 espresso machine's biggest weakness turned out to be math, not engineering, since its per-shot cost only makes sense at cafe-level volume. None of this means luxury coffee brands are overcharging across the board. The Miele, the Linea Mini, and the Oracle Touch all delivered real, measurable engineering for the money. It means the luxury label itself isn't the test. The thermometer, the scale, and the 5-year repair estimate are. So tell me in the comments, which of these 5, the Miele CM6360, the Smeg BCC02, the Gourmet WGCM100S, the Marzocco Linea Mini, or the Breville Oracle Touch, is sitting on your counter right now, and does the price tag actually match what you just watched get tested?